Hey y'all, what's up? My curls are dried out. I'm mad about it. I hope everyone had a great week. A week has been hectic per usual. I did not fully see Raw, but I saw the highlights, so I got a gist of it. Okay. I will say this. I am so elated that Sheamus is back. I've been asking where he has been since his last match with Edge. Um since his Edge's final match. And we ain't seen him since. I knew that match was like beyond crazy. It was awesome. But I didn't know he got injured that bad or if something happened at a house show or something after that. Because they didn't even tell us. Like when Shotzi got injured or like Charlotte got injured or something like that, like at least we knew. Even if they didn't announce it on the show, they'll put it up on like social media. You see what I'm saying? Like with Sheamus, if they did, I missed it. What is going on? What is in my eye? What is that? Oh, am I being delusional? No, I'm not. Okay, so I can't get it off. It's I don't know. Sorry. Um, yeah. So I'm so happy he's back. As far as that, um, it's a lot from. I'm trying to figure out. I know it's not the draft time. You know what I'm saying? And Cody's technically on Raw, even though he has Roman's title or the title. But I thought when you won a title for a certain brand, you automatically went to that brand until the draft. Or do you stay on your brand till the draft? Like I don't know. I don't know. Um I kind of figured I saw the thing with Sammy and Gunther, not Gunther, Chad. I kind of figured he was going to turn on him because the way that he hugged him and looked at him when he was like, "Don't forget that you owe me," and I said, not like a heel turn." And then he attacked him after he lost. I said, I expected that. I expected that. You know what I'm upset about though? I'm upset. I need to go watch it, and I'm probably gonna watch it tomorrow and be tweeting, even though it's even though it's after the fact, because it's technically separate. I can still do that. Um, I'm mad my girls was on there. All of them. Y'all know I love Katana and Kaden. They was up for the titles. What they call themselves? Pretty mess. Is that what Chelsea and my brain went to dewdrop. That's how tired I am. And Piper, is that what they call themselves? They lost to them. And then what shocked me in the highlights is that Indy was on board with Candace during this match. And I'm like, oh hell no. And then I kind of wish they had a Raw Women's Smackdown, a Raw Women's Tag Team title because like how with Smackdown, it seems like it's more tag teams and factions on Smackdown. With Raw, and that's why the Raw's women's storylines be so strong. It's more tag teams on that side. Because you got Maxine and Ivy. You might as well say they a tag team. You got Zoe and Shayna. You got, is Raquel back out? I know she had issues with like her skin and stuff. But I haven't seen her since that one day she came back. So I don't know. But it's like her and Liv broke back up. I don't know. And then you had Tegan and Natalia at the time. And then you got, my girls on there. And then you got Indy and Candace. Which, first of all, their gear. Indy and Candace's gear. And then, y'all, I don't know what it is about that lavender wig. I love that wig. But her gear. And then, Jay versus Finn. I thought Jay was fighting Priest. That's why I need to watch Raw. Because I'm trying to figure out how the hell he ended up fighting Finn. And then my man's Ricochet came out to help Andrade. Y'all know I can't say his name. Dre. Helped Dre from getting beat up by JD and Dom. And then they showed the new tag team titles. And now Awesome Truth got to fight Regeneration X, aka DIY. And I love the fact that they still got that gear on. That to me was hilarious. But I need to watch it because I love the comedy elements. I love the every element of it. Issue element. And I love Pat and Cole together. Like, they are everything to me. Honestly, I saw the two titles, the World Tag Team titles and the WWE Tag Team titles. They're both nice, but me, I would be a Raw Tag Team title girl. Like, someone was like, the WWE Tag Team title, the new ones was given like old world champion titles. To me, the first thing that came to my brain was NWA World Heavyweight title, and I don't even know why. I think I was Googling the titles like a week or two ago. Somebody was like, somebody on Twitter was like, who had the best designs for titles? And I think at the time, WWE was one of the only ones that had the silver metallic real heavy. Like, everybody else has like gold on their titles. And before they pulled them apart again, I was like, y'all might as well unify them and have the little copper and black jump. But I love that Raw tag. I love the Raw tag team titles. Like, they are. I can't wait. Yeah, and it was New Day versus DIY. I can't wait for that. Anyways, SmackDown tonight was good. And because it was so good, like in the last year, when it came to stuff, we have, okay, SmackDown is 2 hours. So they normally gives us 6 segments, matches. So normally we'll get like they might do like 5 matches and 1 segment, or like 4 matches and 2 segments. But the last 2 weeks it's been 4 matches and 2 segments. So the 2 segments were the bloodline outside of the tag team situation. The bloodline, and I want to say damage control. I think it was damage control. So when it first came on, Nick was out there. So I was like, what? And then I was like, because I literally just watched the top 10 highlights for Raw before I watched SmackDown, because I fell asleep. I'm in deep cleaning my house all day. Haven't got any sleep last night. Woke up and was like, okay, I'm going to get some rest and then clean. And then my brain was like, nope. After you drop your son off at school, clean up and then you go rest. So I've been cleaning from 9:30 in the morning to about 2. And I took a break and it started back at 3 and stopped at like 4:45. And by the time I got settled to go to take a nap, because my son goes to Boys and Girls Club and they close at 8. Normally he wants to stay late. I texted him, was like, let me know when you want me to pick you up. You up. He texted me, he's like, I'm ready. I was like, oh. So I had to pick him up. And I was tired. Like, I could have went to sleep like that. If I didn't want to send a text, I had my phone set for a time to wake up, pick him up. I was going to pick him up at like 6:15. But because I had to get up and then go get him and sign him out and all that stuff, my body was back on go. So it was hard for me to calm. So by the time I calmed down, it was like 6:35. I only slept for like maybe an hour, 50 minutes to an hour. So when I hit on my bed, it's going to be a wrap for me. A wrap, okay? So he started, the game came out, or Triple H, Nick came out. I don't know if Nick has ever had his beard displayed before, like grown out. I don't recall him having it. If he has, I ain't been paying attention. But I like it, okay? It's given, you can see the strawberry blonde. You can see the strawberry blonde in it. And I was like, okay, beard. And then Triple H came out and my son is having a sleepover. So the little boy doesn't really watch wrestling like that. He was engulfed in it. And he was like, and I said he used to wrestle. He saw Triple H and I showed him the old thing. I said, he's pretty big, ain't he? He's like, I like the fact that Triple H gives like business casual. Because he'll wear the suit, but it's not going to be buttoned up, the jacket, and he not wearing no tie. You see, he got them 2 buttons at the top not tied up. It's just crazy to me, the transition for some of them. And then, I ain't even going to get there yet. So then, A-Town Down Under came out. And one of my thoughts was, who came up with the idea for the shirts? Was it, it had to have been Grayson, right? Because I think when Theory was U.S. champion, he used to come out with no shirt, with just a jacket on. But them shirts is giving like rich father on vacation. And it was like, you're at a certain age when you got them type of shirts. Or like look in your dad's closet. It was something like that on like Facebook like 12 years ago. My dad had about 3 of them. I was like, yeah. But Grayson gives it up. But because of his demeanor and like he's young and in shape and stuff like that, it does not give like father or dad. It gives like kind of like fashionista, laid back type chilling type situation. But then he was on there saying, I forgot what the hell he said to Triple H or something. He said something. And Paul gave this smirk. And I said, please pedigree him. I was like, can you just pedigree him? Like, please pedigree him. And then Theory was like, I don't know how we can, you can do anything to make us better looking or something like that. And my son was like, Theory's song changed a little bit. And I was like, it did change, huh? So then when Triple H came and held out his hand, he shook, Grayson shook Theory's hand. And Nick was like, don't y'all ever disrespect him or something like that again. And I was like, come out of retirement, Nick, and just hit him one time, okay? He big. I know he probably still go to the gym. I don't know if he has an injury or whatever, but you look like you can still throw down. You wasn't wrestling that too long ago, okay? Like, so then they was like, it's a 4-way tag team match qualifying for a title. Bet. First people to come out, my people. Street Profits with Bobby and B-Fab. And I was like, so are they officially changing the name to the Pride or no? Because WWE YouTube say the Pride. That's what they call them. But when they get introduced, they call them each individual by their individual name or their groups. Like, you know how like when the Final Testament come out, they say the Final Testament. And then they'll say with, and they'll name the 5 people in it. Or they'll be like, this, the Final Testament, or this is AOP of the Final Testament. Not when they do them. They go, Bobby Lashley, B-Fab, and the Street Profits. I'm like, that's too much. Like, just say the Pride. Or just be like, this is the Street. Now, when they came out today, that was proper. Because they not doing the whole group thing. But like, normally, call them by their faction. Okay? That's too much. Okay? So they came out. And of course, I was like, I know I said it before, Miss Sandra be doing her thing with that gear. Okay? That's what I was saying. So then, New Cash Republic came out in the green. And then Legado de Fantasma and AOP. Every week on Smackdown, it's been a match or two where it's just been like, That was that match. Like last Friday, it was a triple threat match that needed to be at the end. Even Raw with Jay and Ricochet and them, that needed to be at the end. I know Bayley. I ain't even gonna say that. I was gonna say I know Bayley is a champion and she had to be main event. She deserved to be main event. But low key, because they cooked so well, they could have went first. Matter of fact, they did. I'm thinking in my brain they went first. They didn't go first. It was LA versus AJ Styles. And AJ's music throws me off every time. I gotta get used to his music because um at first I was like, who the hell? Until Phenomenal came across. And I was like, oh, I said he backed on the hand thing like I mentioned. And then they showed him up close. I said, okay, black gear with the AJ Phenomenal on the side. Like I ain't mad at. At first I didn't know if it was jeans or gear. Okay. So then they fought. I was rooting for AJ because I'm like, I like LA Knight. I really do. But I'm like, LA Knight had a title shot with that title and lost against Roman Reigns. Whether or not the bloodline interfered, he lost. Okay. I don't remember the last time AJ's had a title match. So I'm now not so much going for, does that count as the underdog? Because if that counts as the underdog, I'm going for the underdog. But if it doesn't count as an underdog, then I'm going for the person more than likely that hasn't had the title in a while or a shot. Not unless I really like them. Like whoever Ivar KO is going against, 9 times out of 10, I'm going for Ivar KO. But like anybody else, it depends for me. So that thing was dope. And then that moonsault inverted DDP that he pulled on LA Knight, I was like, what the hell? Like, not in a bad way, but I was like, oh my God. Like, that match was crazy. It was like so technical. So, and someone was like, well, maybe you got wanted longer and stuff like that. And I'm like, this is one of the benefits of moving from company to company, I feel like, personally. And I know both of them have come from TNA. I don't know where else LA has wrestled, but I also know that AJ with Finn and Tama and OC, because they was all faction, and Tama should have went with, like, made that faction or whatever exist here. But when you wrestle, whether it's independent or like many companies or whatever like that, it gives you more accessibility to learn, I feel like. And people over there at NJPW is a different breed, okay? First of all, their mats sound like the wood underneath the cloth is 10 times thicker. Like, I don't know what the hell. And then, like in certain cultures, they don't get as loud and as rowdy as we do. So you could literally hear a pin drop in certain matches. Like, the people don't really cheer or nothing like that. But I'm like, the moves and stuff that they do there, just like going to a lucha match in Mexico. The moves and stuff that they do in Japan and Mexico is different, okay? Like, it ain't nothing like here. Like, if you don't learn nothing from being in them two countries and you wrestle in them two countries, you might need to hang up your boots, okay? Because it's no way in hell you could tell me that you wrestled or trained in one of them two countries and ain't pick up nothing, become a better skilled wrestler at anything, nothing like that. Now, if you want to work on, I feel like, promos type situations, I feel like, I want to say MLW and NXT is where you need to go for developmental promos. But with wrestling skills, and I'm saying MLW because my mind is going to Jacob Fatu. And he is literally one of my favorites. But his promos are so raw and uncut. They be having me crying laughing. but like rooting for him because he be so serious. Like the one that's been going around since WrestleMania is my favorite one, and I watch it every time it pops up on my timeline. He was like, "I whoop your ass." He was like, "Cause I can fight for real." I was like, "What?" Like, you pause because you like, and then when you watch him in the ring, it's like, oh my god, like totally back up what he said. But anyway, so AJ won that match. Hopefully the beef ends, right? Because LA won in WrestleMania, AJ won for the title shot, and the beef had started because AJ felt that LA had jumped the line while AJ was gone for a title shot. So now that you have one, if LA don't sabotage it or nobody else, you should be cool. Now if he come and mess it up, then the beef gonna start all over. But if he don't, you can't blame nobody out but yourself at this point, cause you out here by yourself, out to dry. Okay, you done left the OC hanging. Lee Chen was trying to figure out what the hell was going on. You ain't want to talk to her, and she ain't even the one you should be mad at, cause she sat there and confronted the other two in the OC of why they ain't come and help you while you was getting jumped. Like she ain't supposed to come help. Like if anything, she could be a distraction or get like the ref or nurse or somebody, but they can't beat her up. You know what I'm saying? She a female. Like you shouldn't even be mad at her. But the other two, you got all rights, okay? Because they was there. I'm just saying. Then it was the faction jump, the four-way jump. So who started in the ring? It was it excuse me, was it Montez and I don't even know who started in the ring. I want to say Montez and Angel started in the ring. First of all, this match had to be a good 30 minutes, 30 minutes, which I ain't even mad at. Because most of the times when you watch certain matches that be long like that, you be like, oh, when is this match going to be over? I was not mad at it because I'm like, had we would have had 2 tag team matches, 15 minutes each, it would have took up the same amount of time. So a 4-way match for 20 or 30 minutes is not, you know what I'm saying, no big deal. And they was cooking. Okay. Montez and them had came out and did some stuff. You know, did what they know and did. I didn't even see when he tagged Dawkins before they went to commercial. I think somebody got clothesline. Like, it was so much going on. I'm trying to tweet and look. So I know I missed a whole bunch. Because I'm tweeting and looking and tweeting and looking. This is why certain times after I tweet while I'm watching it, that I have to go back and watch the highlights. Because I'll watch the highlights and be like, I don't even remember watching that. Because I didn't. Because I'm down here doing this. Now, see, if it was back in the day when we had the T9 type text, back in the day when you're, I'm showing my age, when you had free minutes after 7 or 9, I was a pro at that. I used to do that without looking. Okay? I can't do that with the regular jump. I was in college. Oh, listen, okay? Can't do that with the regular keyboard on the phone. But, yeah, so then AOP came and knocked the hell out of somebody. Was it Angelo that knocked the hell out of? Well, first of all, when they came into the ring, the way everybody backed out the ring, I said, because they big as hell. I was like, if they don't win, they big as hell, okay? They came back. I think Berto tagged himself in the match. I think Tyler was trying to lift up homeboy from AOP up to do the airplane spin. Had Angel had stopped it. I was like, why would you stop that? So then everybody Was that before everybody tried to help lift him up? I think it was after. So then every time somebody was getting pinned, like somebody from like Angel or like Pete come out the blue and break it up. And I'm like, where are y'all coming from? Okay. So then well, I'm trying, it's a lot. Cause it was a lot. Cause I was super excited. So speaking of super excited, production. Okay. Y'all ain't show no graphics today. But y'all showed like the people in the line getting their gear. That's a nice touch. And towards the end when they showed the thing and people was laughing because it was like Tony trying to do whatever he can to keep up with WWE. Somebody had put on Twitter because they was like, you could tell that they watched WWE because somebody, I guess AEW had tweeted something. It was like, we got new camera angles. And I was like, this is the same daggone thing they were showing the match with Cesaro and somebody else. Oh, what his name? Not Cesaro no more. Claudio and somebody he was fighting. And I was like, now this is the thing. What's Lee and them been doing for the past few weeks? Like, but okay. So yeah. So the airplane spin. Montez jaw out the thing of the frog splash. I forgot. Pete got somebody's fingers. Was it Berto's or Angel's? And he did the finger thing. I was like, I still got. It's been a year. I need to learn how to do that. I was like, Pete. Okay. And then I think towards the end, Montez had cradled, was it Angel? And Angela was back there like holding it back. And before Pete got in the ring, it counted to 3. And Street Profits won. I can't even remember everything that happened. Like I literally have to read because I be so excited and tweeting as the moment happens that as soon as it goes, I let it go. Like when I tell y'all I make these videos and try to get everything out because after that I won't remember it or I'll just be like, I gotta say something. But yeah, I'm proud. As soon as I came out, I was like, my people. But I'm so happy that they're getting a title shot. I think this has been 3 or 4 years since they had one. Not only that, but I want to see them with gold on them. Like I want to see them with titles. I want to see Montez with a singles and a tag team title. No, nothing against Dawkins or nothing like that, but I'm not the only one. It was a whole thread. More than once. It was a thread when Love and WWE had came out because he was like, people look at him as Bianca's husband, and a lot of people was like, no, like no. And I was like, I ain't even know you was that was your that was your wife. Like when I first started watching, I remember seeing them. And I think and they fought. They had the a match against the Usos. And then I think I saw her like later, or I don't even think she was on that show at the time. So I was like, I don't even I didn't know they was married until like last year. But I'm like, then like last week during WrestleMania, when they had and they was like, this is why he needs to be a singles competitor. Even I think Corey had said so, and he was like, he got so much like he's had such a real future as like a world competitor. I was like, okay. And I was like, if y'all don't want to give him like the major Cody Damian don't give him the IC or the US one. Like let him get some. Let him get something. Like don't do my mans like that, okay? And then I was like, oh yeah, we in Pittsburgh. So I told him, my son and stuff like that. So during the commentary, Grayson and them was like kind of afraid because AOP they was like they big. So they was pointing it back because they showed some of the Steelers. And I'm like, boo. And I told my son, Ravens fan here, okay? And they signed one of our players that got traded, which I was like, which is stupid. I was like, cause we got further off in the playoffs than they did. And then Grayson was like, y'all need to know what it's like to win. And I think Corey was like, they got 6 championships. And I was like, but that's been 15 years. Okay? Like, I can't say nothing because the Ravens last got one 12 years ago, but that was still close sooner than 15 years. And low key, 2 out of the last 5 years, if we wouldn't have lost the Chiefs, we would have been in the Super Bowl. Okay? So, anyways, yeah, but I was cracking up because I was like, that's true. Okay. Excuse me. But they didn't want the Lions and the Ravens to be at the Super Bowl. That would have been a ghetto ass Super Bowl. I ain't even gonna hold you. And it's not even a race thing. It's a cultural thing because white people from Detroit and Baltimore ghetto too. I know. I'm from the DC area and Baltimore 45 minutes away. Everybody up that way is hood, okay? It's just the culture of the city. They different up there. But yeah, so after that had happened, then there was a situation with the bloodline. Yeah, the bloodline. So Solo comes out of the car. They waiting. I guess I thought Paul was waiting for the tribal chief or Jim. First I was like, who is that? Then I was like, it ain't the tribal chief. And then I was like, is that Jimmy? But then I was like, no, they injured Jimmy. So then Solo come out. I said, okay, Solo. I was like, he give him football player with money or somebody from the mafia. That's what his look was giving. That's what his look was giving. Because he had the gold chain. You know how guys from like had to dress up in football in like the 90s and 2000s. All of them had a gold thick chain with this suit. Like that's what Solo was giving. Like he had it. I don't know. And I was like, he got the dress shoes and everything on. So I ain't mad at it though. And he came out, was asking for KO. I said, poor Paul is scared for his life, okay? Oh, that's my mole. I said, poor Paul is scared for his life. Like, he don't know what to do. Like, he just following orders so he could stay alive. Because I was trying to figure out. I was like, okay. Then he was like, I got my MFT. So I was like, what the hell does that mean? So I legit had to Google. Because I'm like, what? So the only 2 things I got was Master of Foreign Trade and a marriage family therapist. That was the only 2 things the top 2 things that came up on Google. I even put, what does MFT mean in wrestling? And it said Master of Foreign Trade. So I was like, okay. Okay. So, yeah, so he came out. And he was like, I guess he said, I got something to say or whatever, looking for KO. And after that, I think it was the Legado de Fantasma match. But even before that, we might as well, he was looking for KO, whatever. And Paul was like, no, I don't see him. You know what I'm saying? So they found him in the ring. First of all, Solo my music. As soon as he came on, I'm bopping, right? Get my life. Then he come out. Then Paul start talking. He made this face. I said, them jeans and the Fatu family are strong as hell. You hear me? Because when he scrunched up his face before he stole the mic, I said, that's the same face his big brother Jimmy made before he stole the mic. And then Paul had said something, I think, and then he smirked, and I said, "That's Jay right there in his face." I said, "Them jeans, boy." So I wouldn't be surprised if their kids favor each other like strongly. You know how like some cousins really favored, and some cousins, your cousins, y'all don't look alike. Y'all got like certain personality traits that are the same. Y'all might eat the same. Um, you know, some might look more like the other side of the family, the other side of the family, but like their genes, boy, they don't make no sense. You hear me? Shoot. And so then KO come out. I said, first of all, I was like, who is that man on the floor? Because I thought it was Tama. Okay. And I was like, and then they showed KO with the little blood prop junk on his head. I said, oh no, not my man's. So then Wade was like, not KO. He said he the most resilient in the company. I said, okay. Like, he'll be beat down, hopping on one leg, which he has done. Okay. Had a whole wrist thing, took the wrist thing off, broken or fractured wrist, then got beat up, still fighting. His thing was literally keep on fighting. That's what he lived about, him and Seth, boy. And I tell you, okay, so he come out, the people, security or whatever is trying to tell him, no, don't come out here, like, go to the back, you need to see medic, whatever. Tama go in the ring. Tama fine too. I don't know if he cut his hair before he came and got signed, or his hair was already cut. But that must be the wave of the new bloodline, because him and Solo got about similar haircut. But he had came out or whatever, and KO go rush into the ring and starts fighting. Rushing. Then he gets beat down. Then he starts back fighting him again. So then Nick coming away, because Tommy gets his chair, and I said, thank God. I was like, please don't. So not only security in the ring, Nick is in the ring. And I was like, who else is that in the suit? I had to look twice. I said, is that Hurricane Helms in the suit? I said, that sure is Sean Helms. I was like, wow. Like, normally, you know, we know it's certain people that are legends that work backstage. And I know he's one of them. But, like, for him to come out there, I was just geeking out for a second. Because I was like, that's crazy. Like, I would have really lost my mind if Road Dogg would have came out there. Like, when we came, my son and I went to Raw. And the dark match, they have like the main event, and he was out commentating, and I didn't even notice it at first. And my son was like, "Ma, it's Road Dogg," and I was like, "Where?" Like, he was my favorite member of DX. Was my favorite member. So like, I would have, like, that has been so crazy to me. I also love the fact that how Triple H had like dapped up and hugged the person that had special needs. I thought that was really sweet. Yeah, so then they did all that. He was like, no. So I went upstairs to help my son and his friend with their game. Came back downstairs, saw Nick was talking to Paul. No, first before that, Thomas and his wand. Paul, Solo putting up his wand. He looked crazy as hell. You know how like I'd be like Shinsuke crazy as hell? That's how he looked. And then he looked like he got some new ink right here. And I was like, it looked fresher than the rest. Okay. And then Paul looked traumatized. He gonna need a therapist after this. Because why? He really like staying there to survive, because it's like at this point, if he leave, he might not be safe no more. Like, and then we still ain't knowledge who the tribal chief is. Some people say it's The Rock. Some people say it's Solo. And then he was like, well, you said in the future he's gonna be tribal chief. And I was like, okay. So then I didn't know that Tama had slammed into KO's car. That was a nice touch. I said, that's the part of the Attitude Era with the twist that we're getting. This Triple H era, new cinema era, that part right there was given Attitude Era. Okay. And I'm loving the fact that Solo is talking now. Because it baffled me that he had all these good promos and stuff in NXT, and then he got to Smackdown and they say nothing. I was like, the hell going on? Like, why he not talking? You know what's gonna be crazy though? It's when they do this draft next Friday. And if Carmelo get bumped up to main roster, right? And he end up on the same brand as Solo, they restart that beef. Now you gotta worry about him. And you gotta worry about the people that y'all be messing with. But at the same time, like now since Carmelo is like a heel and Solo is a heel, would they get along or would they still hate each other? Also, when he came out, they was like, we want Roman. I was dying laughing. I said, not them, not the chant. So then they said boo. And I was like, oh, they booing him for real. And I was like, and then he started talking louder and they was booing him louder. I said, oh, they giving him the Dom treatment. And I was like, Pittsburgh done started something. They don't even know they started. Because now they done started in this city. Every time he grab a mic, they gonna boo the hell out of him. He ain't gonna be able to talk. Which I'm about to be mad about again because I'll be waiting for him to talk. So, my things are glaring. Yeah, I was like, I've been waiting for him to talk. So, I'm like, so does this mean they won't boo Dom as much? And also, since Rhea's relinquishing her title for 4 months, what is he gonna do? That's his mommy. Like, you gotta stand on your own 2 feet now. You can't hide behind her like that for real no more. And that really means Damien is in charge of Judgment Day because he basically think he's second in command. Also, speaking of that, people's like, so who should get the title, right? And a lot of people saying Nia, which I ain't mad at. You hear me? Not mad at it all. And then when somebody said, which is the person I was thinking, Shayna, I said, yes. That's exactly who I think should get the title. Exactly who I should think should get the title. Because people sleep on how good she is. You hear me? They sleep on how good she is. Because people was like, in your opinion, I think on Twitter, like, what's the greatest tag team, current or in the past? So I just list the ones like I like. I was like, of course, I grew up Attitude Era. It's always going to be Christian Egg, Jelly Boys, Hardy Boys. I was like, if you bring it back, something, it's going to be Harlem Heat. Current day, it's going to be Usos and the New Day, just for the record breaking. I was like, I kind of like Rock and Sock Connection. Like, it was funny. I like them together. Like, I love Mick Foley. Love Mick Foley. And to me, Liv is a female version of him. She's a wild card like that. And Homeboy on NXT that fought Durjack at Vengeance Day, he could be a modern day Mick Foley because he crazy as hell. Okay, that match they had it was a good match, but I was like, it's giving me Mick Foley. Okay. Like, anyway. And then I was like, for females, I said the Bellas, of course, and then I was like Natalia and Tamina, and then I put I think I said Nia and Shayna, and of course I put Katana and Kaden. And I was like, I like Tegan and Natalia, but I don't think they're, they're great. And then I put Liv. I said Liv and Raquel. But any person Raquel teams up with and becomes a champion with, she's good. Because when she was with the Aaliyah girl, even though she did most of the work, it was still good. Like, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm like, when the whole crashing, I was like, Paul's probably like, now we done did some of this stuff with Roman. You know what I'm saying? Like, speaking of in character Paul, him being traumatized. Now Roman and them probably like bullied some people, trying to injure some people like they did with like Sheamus and stuff like that. We ain't never, you know what I'm saying, like wreck no cars, had people out here bleeding like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if they bleeding, it's when we're wrestling at a POE and it just so happens to happen outside of the Rock and Cody thing. Then they had the Cody promo of him fighting AJ or talking to AJ or whoever. Did he say AJ in his promo? I don't remember. But I know Cody had his hair recolored, like touched up. But it was something about his face. And I was like, did he get his eyebrows done? Because you know when your eyebrows are done, that really changes up your face. And people don't know that. People don't know how much that changes your face. And I think he got his eyebrows done. But then I was like, no, because when I was watching him do his little thing with Jade on Raw, I was like, he looked like he got a lot of caked up makeup on his face. But so I was like, I don't know if his face is swollen, like something that happened, if it's the makeup, if it is makeup and it's the camera angle, if it's makeup and he got his eyebrows done. But like, I was like, it's something. Like, I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know. I think he had his eyebrows done, which I ain't mad at, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here for male grooming too. Like, you want to keep yourself looking nice, have your body be with not that much hair, keep your eyebrows and stuff in, especially if you got like a unibrow and you don't want to rock the Anthony Davis. Like, live your life, you hear me? Shoot. Ain't none of my business. I don't people talk but about everything and anybody. But at the end of the day, they don't care. They just give their opinion, and it shouldn't even matter, to be honest with you. Because if the shoe's on the other foot, they'll feel some type of way or whatever. But, yeah, so I was like, what is happening? Like, I was confused. It was a lot going on social media today. And then, yeah, so Santos had came and they showed the little internet jump that was on YouTube about him saying that he didn't attack Dragon Lee. That's the thing. When I was gonna say Dre had fought Dom and then JD had came out. So a lot of people was like, the plot twist would be if it was on Andrade. Did I say it? I think I said it right. That it was him that attacked Dragon Lee, so he could be tag team partners with Ray. And I was like, nah, I don't think that. And it was like, it might not even be Carlito. And I was like, what would be the twist is if it was like Cruz or Joaquin. That would be the twist. Like, if it's not Carlito and it being Andrade, that would be like obvious. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it would be him, only for the simple fact that last year when he was away and Charlotte and Rhea was fighting for Charlotte's title, Dom came out and decided to give his 2 cents. And that being his wife, he probably remembered that and was like, ain't no way I'm about to team up with y'all. And you was talking sideways to my wife last year. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole situation. And then my girl Liv came out, and then her and Rhea, and someone was like, this is going to be a real good, if they let it brew, storyline. Because they was like, y'all forget that Rhea attacked Liv when they were tag team partners. Now, see, I ain't know that because I wasn't watching it. But, so that puts more icing on the cake for me. Like, well, Liv is my girl. I was her and Bianca. They're my girls, okay? So, yeah, so he ended up fighting Carlito, and I was like, well, the match was pretty good, but I'm like, this is like the 4th, 5th time they fight him. Because when Carlito came out, I was like, what kind of, who is he wrestling? Because I ain't watch it. I ain't watched none of the stuff. And he ended up fighting, was like, I'm gonna prove to y'all that I didn't do it. Him speaking on, is it called Smack Raw Now or Smackdown Now or something like Down Now or something like that? The download with Smackdown or something like that. Whatever it's called. Him speaking on it the last 2 weeks. And someone said last week that was like, they forgot how good Santos was on the mic. And I already told y'all my top 4 for promos currently in WWE for men. I think he rounded out my top 5. I think he's the first 5th person. I ain't heard Dom do no promo yet though. So if he is as good as Rhea say he is, then somebody gonna have to get moved. But it's always Seth, Miz, Montez, and then Santos. And who did I say was my 5th person? Y'all know who I said. I forgot. I think I said Woods. I think I said it was Woods. I want to say I said it was Woods. So, I was, yeah. So they end up coming out in the fight. Elektra looked good. Okay. I ain't even see she was over there and top. The first thing I saw was her outfit, and I was like, oh, okay. You know, Zelina's gonna serve anime game type situation looks. I'm here for all of them. I wonder how many wigs she got. Like, if she not at a cosplay like the New Day is, she need to be at some. You hear me? Like, all the gamers for WWE need to seriously go to a Comic-Con. And that means like Shayna, we know she game heavy. Dakota, okay. Mitchin, Zelina, Dagon. Well, they not part of WWE no more. He ain't either. The New Day. Who else? I think that's all. Oh, and AJ. Like all of them, whatever Comic-Con invite y'all to like demonstrate games or retro games or play, go. Okay? All of y'all play it. That man, AJ, I think, said he had an arcade or something in his house. Like, that's crazy. And I know that they game real heavy because I think Michin got a Twitch. I think Dakota and Zelina had like a YouTube type, kind of like up, down, but they play games and ask each other questions and stuff like that. And then of course AJ's AJ, and then the New Day, but and then Shayna. I think Shayna games real heavy. But like, yeah, y'all seriously need to, if it's a group thing or if it's separate, if y'all go to the big jump in California or the second biggest jump in New York, y'all can go to one they have in Orlando. They just had it too. I think they had it in February. You can come here to Raleigh at GalaxyCon, okay? You can go to AwesomeCon in DC because I go to that one too. That's the first one I actually went to. I want to go to the New York one real bad. Anyone, like, go and be a part of that whole world situation thing. I'm definitely going this year. So I just finished Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir. I was surprised. Okay, I've been watching that with my nieces on and off for 6 years. It started with me watching my son because at the time we didn't have cable on purpose, and that came on in the morning while I was getting ready for school. So we used to watch it, and it wasn't even major here yet because it was on like the CW or something like that at 7 a.m. Then it got picked up by Netflix. Then it got picked up by Disney, and I started watching it with my nieces when it got picked up at Netflix. So I got so involved in it. I watched all the episodes but the last one last night. And then X-Men came back out. I gotta watch the recent one that came out the other day. But I binge watched all that the other day except for the recent one. And my favorite characters have always been Wolverine, Storm, and Gambit. So episode, was it 6? Was that episode 6? Had me feeling some type of way. Okay. Like, I was proud and I was sad and I was happy. Like, it was a lot. Okay. I need to go back and watch that. And Loki season 2. Like, I literally got Disney Plus for X-Men. So I'm behind on so much stuff. Between like stuff at the house, work, trying to read, and then like watching wrestling. I have to binge watch shows on certain days because if not, I'm not going to see them. I ain't seen none of Abbott Elementary this season. Just like that, I seen season 2. I don't want to see that. It's been a year and a half, 2 years. I ain't seen the 6th season of Cobra Kai. Because normally I try to watch one streaming service at a time and catch up. And then by the time I get to the next, go back to another streaming service, I'm behind. Like I was on Netflix real heavy. Then I transitioned to Hulu. Then I stopped watching Hulu. And then Love and WWE came on. So I started back and still got Hulu. So that's why I'm watching Raw and NXT on Tuesday, Wednesdays. Now I'm on Max. And I'm trying to binge watch stuff on it. And I'm watching nostalgia stuff like The Nanny. And now, like, oh, and then Peacock, because my son now was watching Trolls. What I watch on Max? I watched Atlantis 2 last month. In the past 4 months, I done seen Shazam 2, Black Adam, Atlantis 2. I don't really care to see Blue Beetle. There's some TV shows on there too I watched. But Young Sheldon. Anyways, yeah, so I gotta rotate back to Netflix and watch some stuff after I get on my Disney binge catch up of stuff. But yeah, so Santos had won. And I had mentioned the other day, and I was like, so I just want to know how long we gonna let this sit and ride, because I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? If the story keep building, I'm here for it. I just want to know what the reaction is gonna be when the reveal happens. Like, who did it, why you did it. Because Wade was like, you remember, I think I said this already, and I might have said this already. If I'm repeating myself, y'all, I forgive me because I'm tired as hell. But he was like, you remember Santos got mad and left the group because what he say? He said they added Carlito to LWO without like letting him know or something like that. It's like, that ain't the only reason why that man left. That man left because he had a PLE. I think Ray had a PLE event or something like that. And was it Ray? And Santos, I think, was ringside, and Carlito had blamed him for doing something to him. Oh, it was him versus Logan. And Ray took his word for it. And I'm like, I know you might know Carlito longer, but you might want to check them cameras. Because I was like, ain't no way in hell he did that, and he been sitting there the whole time. Okay? I've been watching. Like, there's no way he did that. Like, it's no way. So I was like, not only are you sabotaging people in the group, you lying and you bad at it. So I'm just waiting for that to happen, because I'm just waiting. Okay. And I want I want to be Fat versus Scarlett match, but Scarlett probably out. Was she standing there when AOP came out? Because her I'm going through that table. She was there for a while. You hear me? I think the match is still over. She was still laying there. So then they showed Damage Control. Okay. Dakota looked great. I love the new wig. I love the makeup. Yay. Love the outfit. Sometimes less is more. Meaning not like clothes, but simpler is better. Like, she looked great. Okay. Speaking of that, they showed Naomi talking to Kayla earlier. I don't know who did make Naomi's makeup. if it was a makeup artist or herself, but they did that, okay? Same thing with Bayley and her hair, her makeup. I said, y'all looks is y'all doing it today, okay? So then, they was talking about how they was watching two of their enemies beat the hell out of each other or something like that. And talking about if EO can want her title back, she can get it back. No, you can't, girl. You is not about to get that title back, okay? So then people like they was excited for this match because people be sleeping on Naomi being her bag. Nobody be sleep. I was excited because I'm like, it's two vets in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you can't do stuff with the new people that you can do with the vets. If that makes sense. Because you've been in the ring with them longer, you work with them longer, you trust them more, so you'll allow yourself to do more stuff with people that you've been in the ring with longer than someone you might only have fought 2 or 3 times. Also, if y'all been working together for a long time, you know each other's cues. So if I wink like this, that mean, girl, don't go over here this hard. It hurt. Or something like that. Like, do it over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, like after a while you pick up on people's body language and stuff like that. Like, it's different. You know what I'm saying? And then them being friends, that was going to be interesting. So I was excited to see that. So then when they showed Dakota, they showed the stormiest duo come out. Because they played Jade music and it got dark. And I was like, well, where the hell Jade got? I was like, now how'd she get in it? So they showed Jade and they showed Bianca. And she was like, ugh, and they was talking back and forth. And I said, I can't wait for that matchup. Okay? Can't wait for it. But I think when they introduced, they did Bayley, they said her name. And it's like, ooh, I think they showed Naomi, Asuka. And Asuka was like clapping real or whatever. They was cooking in that ring. Because I think I said last week, I was like, I don't think she do the rear view no more. She did it. I was like, that answers my question. And then, yeah, like, Maverick, so they was like, you want to hit me? You want me? And they was both out of breath, like, shh, girl. Like, somebody was like, they cooking. They was like, I don't know why y'all sleep on them. And I was like, people, we don't sleep on her. It's not the fans. I'm going to tell you that now. And I know they had no match in 4 years, but she was gone for a year. It's not the fans that don't say nothing. If I want to say that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's the commentators and the people at the company. I feel like, because when it comes to certain people, yeah, they have no problem saying all the accolades they have, how long they've been at the company, what they're like in the locker room, how they are as a person, how they changed the game. When she comes out, y'all hardly ever say anything about her. Bless you. Except for like the only person that's really said something about her since she's came back is Corey. And I give him props for that, because he was like, against a former women's world champion, even at WrestleMania, he was like, a lot of people don't give her the props she deserves. She done broke records. She done held titles. She done been in the game for, and I said, okay, because y'all not about to do that. Like, when everybody else announced people, like Bayley or somebody like that, they be like, oh, she's Triple Crown champion. She's one of the 4 sportswomen. She's in. Y'all don't be like, oh, Naomi was part of the women's revolution. She helped change the game. She was the first black woman to have a Smackdown title. Like, y'all don't do that for her. So it ain't the fans. So don't come over here with that. Okay, y'all need to get better with that, because it's not us. I'll get my sleepy voice. It's not us, okay? We know what she can do in a ring. And I think TNA's giving her a chance, Impact TNA, giving her a chance to stretch her talents more, to open her up more. Be like, oh, we know you can do this. And then she discovered, oh, I also can do this. So it's made her even better. She's already good, but it's made her even better. But that slam when Bayley had slammed her up against the announcement table, I said, I know that hurt because you heard her scream. And then I honestly thought while they were fighting, you was going to see like Jade and Bianca fighting Damage Control. And Tiffany comes out. So Tiffany comes out and messes both of them up. What happened is when she did that. They showed Bianca taking her earrings off. Like, and Jay like, nah, chill out. Like, we got this. And when I looked at their outfits, I know they matching. They trying to put. I'm like, I wonder if Bayley could have. Not Bayley. Sorry, it's too many B names. Bianca could have had her outfit on like the one Jay got on. Like she wore hers last summer or last fall when she was confronting Charlotte. Okay, and she was like, I am the longest reigning women's champion of this modern era. And she had that outfit like that on. I think it had more jewels and stuff on it. But they wanted to match. They could have had that on together. Because then it would have been them wearing the same thing but different. Because Jade's is bigger type crystals like shattered glass, breaking the glass ceiling. And Bianca's is more smaller jewels. So it would have been. But what she had on was fine. I just thought about that. It looked good either way. So I was like, so now Tiffany, you come here doing damage. I said, so next week, is it gonna be you and Naomi again? Is it gonna be you and Bayley? It's gonna be you and Bianca. Is it gonna be you and Jade? Because you got 4 possibilities, okay? Or you can get your tail whooped. And then I was like, I could see her joining Damage Control temporarily until she gets something out of it that benefits her, and then she roll up out of there. Not on no like ill intention type situation, but like, okay, I'm done because she's the queen of the universe. That moonsault that she did though was nice. It was nice. Like I know she calls her thing the prettiest moonsault ever, but I was like, that's the first moonsault that compared to my opinion, Charlotte still has the best moonsault in WWE. Like that was the first time I saw one that compared to hers. And Santos with her Karana, I was like, oh. And I was like, and we saw Hurricane Helms in the ring. But yeah, so I'm like, I want to know what's going on. Like it's so many builds. I want to know the whole LWO Legado de Fantasma situation. I want to know what's going to happen with Tiffy and all these girls, and then Damage Control with the girls too. And then I was like, where is Isla and Alba? We ain't seen them since Christmas. Did they get let go? Speaking of letting go, so Zaya Lee put this thing up on Facebook. I mean on Twitter. So I was like, I'm so sad to see you go. Because last year I was kept mentioning her, and I was like, why y'all don't have her? Like y'all have all this talent and y'all not using it. Like why y'all don't have her in storylines? All she does is dark matches probably on Saturdays and Sundays. And I was like, and then y'all keep hiring talent, but y'all don't have no time and space for them. Like it doesn't make sense. And then speaking of that, we had this whole promo situation with Adonis and Cedric. Why weren't they in the Fatal 4-Way match? Like why we keep seeing the same 4 tag teams, but they're on Smackdown. Like that don't make no sense. So like y'all basically doing Alba and them like that because they're not in the whole situation with the women's storyline. That's the difference between SmackDown and Raw. Because SmackDown, more than likely, is one storyline. All the women, or most of the women, are in one storyline. Raw is different ones. Okay? Like, you got a situation where you had, like, Rhea and 4 other girls. Now you have like Rhea and Liv. Then you have, excuse me, Indy and Candice, excuse me, versus I'm gonna say the Pretty Pitbull because she's from Maxine Models. Pretty and the Pitbull, her and Ivy. Then you could have another ladies because it's a whole bunch of women. Like with SmackDown, it's only one because like Bianca and Jade tie into the situation with Damage Control. Bayley, if she kind of still ties into the situation with Damage Control, and Naomi helping her out, and then you add another branch to that, Naomi and Dagon Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only 4 or 5 women that aren't in that is Zelina, Electra, but I already say Zelina is more grouped in with her faction versus the women. Michin, and she normally grouped in with both, but I don't even know if she has a faction anymore. We call the OC a faction. And then, I said Awa Alia, but they're not. So it's like, oh, and B-Fab and Scarlet, but all of them are in factions. So I don't know. But I want to see what the continuation of this bloodline situation is going to be. Because what's going to happen when Jimmy come back? What's going to happen with this draft? What's going to happen with, it's just, I don't know. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of layers. And then I read that Seth had knee surgery. And he just had knee surgery after WrestleMania, and he's going to be so fine and stuff like that. And I'm so sad, okay? Seth is one of my favorites, okay? If not my favorite. And like KO and Ivar are one of my favorites, but the top is Seth, okay? And him leaving, him gone, I was like, oh no, like I'm legit sad. So I'm like, I'm not gonna see him on TV for 9 months to a year. But the silver lining is I'm so glad he put his health first, because he's mentioned in promos and stuff like that, even in interviews, that he has back problem and knee problems for God knows how long. Because I think somebody was like, they was wrestling him with OCW and he had knee problems. Was that CM Punk? Like, he seen him then, and he had knee problems. So it's been a good 14, 15 years. Like, I'm so glad he's putting himself first, because the longer you wait, the worse it gets. And I know you don't want to leave because you know you're a hot commodity, and I understand why you didn't leave at the beginning, because even though Shield was a thing, people could forget you like that also. And if you're not hot enough that if you come back and it starts something and you could start back into something, they could let you go. So I get it. But I was like, well, now he can heal and get better. He can spend more time with his family, spend more time in his wrestling school if he's back, if he's in Iowa. And then you know, I know it's probably gonna suck. Because if you've been on a move like this for 20 years, stopping is like, what are we doing? So I remember Steve, Stone Cold said it took him a while to get used to civilian life. Like some years. And he was only wrestling for 13 of them. I think 13 to 15 years. If I'm not, I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong on a lot of stuff. But just stop and enjoy certain stuff that you might not have enjoyed in the past. If your family want to go on a trip and you're able to go. Because there's certain stuff that I know you can't do when you're in this company, especially if y'all are gone 300 days out the year. Like, that's, you know, but I am sad because I was like, where is he at? And I knew he was going to probably take some weeks off because he looked hurt bad, but I didn't know he was going to have the surgery. So, I'm just thankful that he's putting himself first. I'm all for all the wrestlers keeping their health first, not just for our entertainment, but just in general. Like you have to remember that we are not machines, and if you don't chill out when you're tired, your body will shut down. And that's happened to me, and I'm not even in the entertainment space. Like I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna stop. Okay, I'll be like, oh, I need to take a break. Or oh, I need to take a nap. Or oh, I need to go to bed early. And I was like, I just need some rest. I was ripping and running for months. I was sick for 2 weeks. Couldn't do. All I had the strength to do was to get up, get my son ready for school, take him to school. I slept and set my alarm to pick him up from the bus stop. Used to make him food, stay up for a little bit. This when he was like 4. Stay up with him for a little bit to play with him and watch TV and go back to sleep. Two weeks. And I told my mom, and my mom was like, your body was trying to tell you need rest. Couldn't eat, really. All I wanted to do was sleep. So your body will let you know. Don't get to that point, because it's worse when you get to that point. I tell you, I had to muster up the strength to get my son ready for school. I had to muster up the strength, because as soon as I came, and I had to pray, literally driving. This is when I lived in Winter Springs, about 7 years ago. Winter Springs, for people that don't know, is in Florida. So when I lived in Winter Springs, like, they have you go to schools within 2 miles of where you live at, which is smarter than where I'm at now. But the preschool my son wasn't at his nearby school, was at a further school. I had to pray, and it was only like maybe a 7-minute drive. Like, God, please let me stay up to take my son to school safely and let me get home safely. Literally, because I'd be like this driving. Literally had to pray. That's how tired my body was. So listen to your body, because if everything shuts down, then you're gonna be mad as hell because you can't do nothing permanently. Like, if you need to rest or take days off, do that. Okay, that's what PTO is for. Exactly what PTO is for. Like, I used to take one PTO day every 2.5 weeks. And the girl at my job is like, you going to something? Nope. Just taking a day off for mental health. I'm going to go home, take my son to school, maybe clean up, do some laundry if I feel like it. I'm going to sit home on my couch, watch TV, read, take a nap. And that's what I would do. Don't feel bad. They give them to you for a reason. Don't let them roll over or expire because you're scared to use them. Use them. Okay? Work-life balance. Your here and your physical ain't together. Don't even matter. Because if, like I said before, if you die tomorrow, they will replace you the next day. They might feel sad that you're gone, but somebody will fill your spot and they will not think nothing of it, because at the end of the day, it's a business. Okay? So take care of you. You are first. Okay? Anyways, I'm about to go to bed. I don't know what time it is. What time is it? 11:35. I will see y'all next week or whatever. Love you all. Bye.